Hello dear students, welcome to the Royal Palace PU College online classes. So in last class we have discussed about the introduction, that is a definition of rate of reaction, introduction of chemical kinetics, and also the expression of rate in a balanced chemical reaction. So based on that expression, so here we have a problems. So average rate also, and what you mean by instantaneous rate, average rate. So already we studied about this concept in previous video. So in today's session, so I am going to solve the problem which are related to the previous concept, I mean previous video concept, average rate. Now here the first one problem, so these two are the NCERT problem. The first problem they are given in a reaction, the 2A that use what here products. So in a reaction 2A, so this 2A it is an reactant, so 2 moles of A reactant that is gives what here products. The concentration of A, so this concentration of A decreases from 0.5 mole per liter to 0.4 mole per liter in 10 minutes. Calculate the rate, average rate during this interval. So here they are going to give the concentration. So concentration, the concentration A is 0.5 mole per liter. So after this the concentration decreases to what here 0.4 mole per liter. So that means what here, the concentration, the first concentration this one, and this is second concentration. So already we know that the concentration of reactant, that is calculated delta R. So delta R you will get from what here, R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1. So that gives what here, delta R. So here we know that the average rate, so delta R you will get from the R2 minus R1. Okay, R2 minus R1. Delta P you will get from the P2 minus P1. Delta T you will get from the T2 minus T1. Here they are given the first concentration, that is 0.5 mole per liter. So after this 0.5 mole per liter, that is reduced to what here, 0.4 mole per liter. So this is an R1 concentration of reactant first, and this is what here, R2. So you have to minus R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1 you will get what here, the concentration, that is change in the concentration, delta. Now the formula average rate, I will write here the solution, average rate equal to, and here concentration of reactant will be decreases and the concentration of product will be increases. The rate of reaction which is expressed, already we know that the rate of reaction expressed in a balanced chemical reaction, so we already know about this, the stoichiometric coefficients are divided. Here they are going to give what here, 2, this is an stoichiometric coefficient. So for the reactant you have to write what here, minus, and the stoichiometric coefficient are divided, so that is 2 is there, so that is 1 by 2 change in the concentration of A divided by the delta T. Okay, so this is the expression of the rate of a reaction, the stoichiometric coefficient which is divided. Okay, now so delta A, so change in the concentration you have to calculate. So that is, I will write here, equal to minus 1 by 2, minus because what here, the concentration of reactant will be decreases. The minus indicates what here, the concentration of reactant decreases. This 2 is an stoichiometric coefficient which has to be divided. Okay, now delta A, so that is calculated by what here, delta A. So that is delta R, that means what here, delta R. So delta R, that is calculated by what here, R2 minus R1. Now I will write here R2 value 0.4 minus R1 value 0.5 mole per liter, Okay, so divide by delta T. Delta T means what here, T2 minus T1, but here there is no change in the time, T2 T1, directly they are giving what here, the time, change in the time, that is delta T, one value, that is delta T value is 10 minutes. Okay, so after calculating this, So here we have what here minus 0.1 divided by 10. So that is what here minus 0.01. So that is multiplied with what here minus 1 by 2. So we will get the answer. So that is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay. Here 10 minutes. Mole per liter. So minutes. So that will goes upwards. So that will becomes what here per minute. So the answer is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 mole per liter, so per minute. So this is the answer. Okay. So this is the answer, 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 mole per liter per minute. Okay. So the average rate, so that is calculated, so like this, by average rate. So here they are given the problem. So here what happened, that 2 is a stoichiometric coefficient, so that is divided by delta A, which is calculated the concentration of first. So this one, the concentration 2 is this one. So you have to calculate what here. So R2 minus R1, so you will get the values. So after that you have to divide what here, delta T value. So that interval, time interval, they are given 10 minutes. So the answer is what here, 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 mole per liter per minute. Okay. So this is the NCERT problem first. Now the second one problem, here they are given for the concentration of butyl chloride at different times given below. Okay. So concentration of butyl chloride, they are given at different times. Here they are given the table also below. Calculate the average rate of the reaction, and reactions also they are given. Now you have to calculate what is just average rate for the each interval of time. Okay. So they given time in second and the concentration. So they are given everything. Just you have to calculate what here, the average rate of a reaction for every interval of time. Okay. So here first I will write here the solution. So first I will write the formula average rate. So the average rate equal to minus butyl chloride, it is an reactant. Okay. So reactant concentration decreases, already we know that. The average rate equal to minus I will write butyl chloride, the concentration, that is butyl chloride 2, R2 minus R1, like that, minus butyl chloride 1, okay, just like R2 minus R1 divided by the delta T. So this is a formula which is used to calculate what here, average rate. So after this I will draw here one table for this calculation of average rate for every intervals. So this is okay. The first column is the given time in second. So next one given the concentration of butyl chloride C4H9Cl. Okay, concentration. Next one delta T. So next one column, that is an average rate. So after calculating average rate, so by using this formula average rate, so just you have to calculate like this, R2 minus R1 divided by delta T. Delta T you will get from T2 minus T1. Delta R you will get from what here, R2 minus R1. Like that you have to calculate for every time interval. So now here the first column, time, that is 0, time in second 0. So the concentration they are given 0.100. Okay. So next one delta T. Delta T means what here? The formula is delta, to calculate delta T you have to minus what here, T2 minus T1. So here this is an T2, so we don't have what here, T1, hence the delta T will not get from this, because this is an first reading. Time is 0, there is no T2, T1. So this is itself act as an what here, this is an T2, there is no T1. So for that the delta T is, I will left as it is, dash, and average rate also dash, because there is no R2 and R1. Now for here I will write the second one concept, that is Time for what here? I mean time in second 50. The concentration for 50 they are given 0.0905. For that you have to calculate what here? Delta T. Delta T means T2 minus T1. So this is act as an now here T1 and this one as an T2 you have to take. Now T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1 means 50 minus 0. So you will get what here? Delta T value is 50. Correct? So this one act as an T2 and this one act as an what here? T2. Sorry, T1 and this is T2. So delta T you will get what here? T2 minus T1. Now the delta R you will get from what here? R2 minus R1. Here this is an R2 and this is what here? R1. And this is T2 and this is T1. Now I will write here for average rate, the formula is average rate, that is minus R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1, that is what here? R2 this one. This is R1. 0.0905 minus the average rate equal to formula we have minus as it is, then butyl chloride 2, that is R2, this one R2 minus butyl chloride 1, so this one 0.100, okay, divided by delta T, so divided by delta T means delta T we have here 50 divided by 50, okay. So after calculating this, so you will get what here? The value I will write here, so that is 1.96 into 10 to the power of minus 4, okay, the average rate. For every time interval you have to calculate this like this only by using formula. Average rate equal to minus R2 minus R1, delta T you have to calculate T2 minus T1. So similarly I will write for the next one concentration, okay. So here next one they are given what here? Time in second, that is 100 second. The concentration is given, that is what here? 0.0820, okay. At 100 second we have the concentration, that is 0.0820. Next one delta T. So delta T means next delta T you have to calculate like this, T2 minus T1. Now here this is act as an T1 and this one is T2. T2 minus T1, so that is 100 minus 50. Delta T you have to calculate T2 minus T1. Now here this one T1 and this is T2. 100 minus 50 you will get what here? 50 again. Delta T value is 50. Then the average rate equal to minus R2 minus R1. Now this is act as an R2 and here this one act as an R1. R2 minus R1. So minus first you have to write, because the formula you know that average rate equal to minus R2 minus R1 divided by the delta T. Okay. Now R2, this one R2 minus I will write here 0.0820. This is an concentration, R2 concentration, minus R1 concentration is this one 0.0905 mole per liter, okay. After this divided by delta T, formula we have delta T value is 50. So after calculating this you will have at a value 1.70 into 10 to the power of minus 4, okay. So next one I will write next one for 150 second, the concentration is they are given 0.0741, okay. So I will rub this one. 150 second the concentration is 0.0741 and delta T you have to calculate. So during that delta T, so this one act as an T2 and this one act as an T1 and this one act as an what here R2 and this one act as an R1, okay. Delta T you have to calculate T2 minus T1. So that is 150 minus 100 equal to 50. Again the delta T value is 50. And the average rate equal to minus R2 minus R1 divided by the delta T. Now I will write here R2 minus into because the formula again average rate equal to minus R2 minus R1 divided by the delta T. Now I will write here minus as it is. R2 value is 0.0741 minus R1 value, that is 0.0820 divided by delta T is again 50. After calculating this you will get value, that is 1.58 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 10 to the power of 1.58 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Okay. So similarly you can continue for other interval time. So this is a method to calculate what is average rate. Average rate equal to minus R2 minus R1 divided by delta T. Delta T you have to calculate like this, T2 minus T1. Delta R calculate by using what here? Delta R, R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1. So like this you have to calculate. Okay. Okay. So let us, we will move for the factors affecting the rate of a reaction. So what are the factors which alter the rate of a reaction? So let us here first here the factors which affect the rate of reaction, that is what is the effect of temperature. So the temperature which play very important role in the rate of reaction. For every rise in the 10 degree Celsius temperature, the rate of a reaction is altered, doubled. Okay. For every rise in the 10 degree Celsius temperature, the rate of a reaction is altered. Okay. So by this way, the temperature which play very important role in the rate of a reaction. Okay. So now here the effect of catalyst. So the effect of catalyst means these are the substance which accelerate the rate of a reaction. Okay. So here the positive catalyst, so which is directly proportional to catalyst, which is directly proportional to rate of a reaction, because the positive catalyst which increase the rate of a reaction. Okay. So negative catalyst inversely proportional to the rate of a reaction, Okay. So the negative catalyst which inversely proportional to the rate of a reaction, because the negative catalyst which decrease the rate of a reaction. Okay. The positive catalyst which increase the rate of a reaction. So by this way the catalyst which play a role in the rate of a reaction. Okay. The catalyst are the substance which alter the rate of a reaction. Okay. So next one, the concentration of reactant. So the concentration of reactant, so that is directly proportional to the rate of a reaction, As increase in the concentration of reactant, the rate of reaction increases. As decrease in the concentration of reactant, the rate of a reaction is decreases. So this is the factors which affecting the rate of a reaction. Now here the three important factors, that is effect of temperature, effect of catalyst, concentration of reactant. So now here the next one concept, that is dependence of rate on a concentration of reactant. How the rate which depends on the concentration of the reactant. Okay, let us consider a general reaction. Here I have written small a, capital A plus small b, capital B, that gives what here? C, capital C, D and D. Now the small a and b and C, D are the stoichiometric coefficient. These are called what here? Stoichiometric coefficient. Are the stoichiometric coefficient. Okay. By applying law of mass action, that is rate R equal to K into A raised to A and B raised to B. So according to law of mass action, that is the molar concentration of reactant rised above their stoichiometric coefficient. Molar concentration of A reactant rised power to the stoichiometric coefficient, that is A. molar concentration of B reacting species rise above power, that is stoichiometric coefficient, that is B. So this is. Now here, so here what happens, so this experiment, I mean this equation is, this is an theoretical equation. This is an theoretical equation. Now after that, so this equation also obtained by the conducting experiment. So this equation also obtained by the conducting experiment. So at that time, from this experiment we will get what here, the rate R equal to K A raised to M and B raised to N, where M and N are, they may or may not equal to these stoichiometric coefficient. So after getting experimental equation, they came to know that the power which are raised to the molar concentration of reactant, they may or may not equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. Now after getting this experiment, after conducting an experiment, so they will get one equation, that is rate equal to K A raised to M B raised to N. So these M and N, they may or may not equal to this A and B stoichiometric coefficient. So here next one, that is the rate law or rate expression, rate equation. That means what here? So here whatever the values, rate equal to K A raised to M B raised to N, so these M and N are may or may not be equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. So that is what here, that is called what here, rate law or rate expression. So this meaning only what here, rate law or rate expression or rate equation. That means the rate law is an experimentally determined but not theoretically determined equation. Rate equation is experimentally determined, not theoretically determined equation. So what do you mean by rate law or rate expression or rate equation? Means this thing. Okay. The rate which is expressed, that is molar concentration of reacting, see here, molar concentration of reacting species raised some powers. These powers are may or may not equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. The meaning of this equation is, that is what here, that equation is called what a rate equation or rate law. The rate which is expressed, that the molar concentration of reactant, so already we know that A and B are the reactive species, and they raised power, some powers, that powers may or may not equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. A and B are the what here, stoichiometric coefficient of reacting species. And after conducting an experiment, the stoichiometric, here the powers are what here, M and N. These M and N values are may or may not equal to the stoichiometric coefficient A and B. So this is called what here, rate law or rate equation. Okay, the rate equation is that one only. The expression in which the rate of a reaction that is given in terms of what here, molar concentration of reacting these two, and with each term rise to some powers, they having some powers and may or may not be the same. So this powers are may or may not to the same to the stoichiometric coefficient. So that is called what here, rate law. Then here minus dr by dt, that equal to that equation only, rate equal to, so already you know that the concentration of reactant decreases, hence minus dr by dt, that is rate equal to K A raised to M B raised to N, that equation only, that is rate law, rate equation, that is rate expression. So M and N are, they may or may not equal to this stoichiometric coefficient. There I taken stoichiometric coefficient of reactive species A and B. Now where this K is called what here, rate constant or velocity constant. So what do you mean by rate constant or velocity constant? Means in a rate of a reaction, if any concentration of reacting species, that is if, I will write here, the concentration of A equal to 1, that is concentration of molar concentration of B equal to 1. If any concentration of reactant is unity, then that is called what here, rate constant or velocity constant, that is K. So or specific reaction rate. That means what you mean by specific rate reaction or velocity constant or rate constant, that is K, means the in a rate of a reaction, if any concentration is unity, then that is called what here? Velocity constant or rate constant. Okay, example CHCl3, that is chloroform, that is react with Cl. So we will get what here? CCl4 HCl. Here they are given what here? Rate equal to, so this is an first order and this is an fractional order. So hence the rate law, it is an, so totally it is an experimental equation, that is experimentally determined but not theoretically. So this is about what here? Dependence of rate on concentration of reactant. Okay, so this is rate of dependence of concentration of reactants. Now here the next one concept, that is molecularity of a reaction. So molecularity of reaction means the number of reacting species taking part in the elementary reaction which must collide to bring a chemical reaction is called what here? Molecularity of a reaction. So molecularity means number of reacting species, ions, which may be ions, molecules or atoms, so that take part in the elementary reaction. So here elementary reactions means these are the reaction which takes place in a single step. They are called what here? Elementary reactions. So here in case of elementary reaction, the reaction which takes place in single step, so giving a product without intervention of what here? Intermediates, without formation of intermediates. Okay, so the reactant which directly gives what here? Product. So such type of reactions are called what here? Elementary reactions. So one more thing, complex reaction. Complex reaction means a sequence of elementary reaction can be takes place. So they are called what here? Complex reaction. Elementary reaction, it is a single step reaction. There is no formation of intermediate. Directly that gives what here? Product. So complex reaction means sequence of elementary reactions. So that is called what here? A complex reaction. So in which what happen? So sequence of elementary reaction, that is called complex reaction. In which what happen? The one of the, during a sequence of elementary reaction, one of the elementary reaction which is very slow step, I mean very slow reaction, the rate of reaction very slow. So that slow step reaction is called what here? Rate determining step. Okay, now here molecularity of reaction means number of reacting species take part in the elementary reaction and which must collide to bring a chemical reaction. Okay, the molecule, so those which collide, and that should bring what here? A chemical reaction. So that number of reacting species are called what here? Molecularity of a reaction. Okay, now let us, I will take one example, unimolecular reaction. Unimolecular reaction means the name only indicates what here? Only one reacting species take part in the elementary reaction and which is must collide that bring an product. Now only one reacting species. Now here the one example, unimolecular, that means there is a one molecule reacting species take part in the elementary reaction, that is ammonium nitrate. Only one reacting species is there. Okay, so decomposition of this ammonium nitrate, that gives diazonim, that is N2 plus 2H2. So here only one reacting species are there. Hence this reaction is called what here? Unimolecular reaction. Decomposition of ammonium nitrate. So second one, that is bimolecular reaction, that indicates what here? There is a two molecules take part in the reaction, two reacting species. Now here we have two molecules of what here? Reacting species, hydrogen iodide. Dissociation of this one, hydrogen iodide, because they have what here? Two molecules of reacting species. That dissociation, that gives S2 plus I2. Two molecules are there, hence it is an bimolecular reaction. Now here trimolecular reaction, I have given one example, collision between NO plus O2, nitroso group. Here two NO are there and here one O2 is there, stoichiometric coefficient is 1. So total number of reacting species are 2 plus 1, that is 3. Hence this is an example for what here? Trimolecular reaction. So depending upon the number of reacting species taking part in the elementary reaction, so they are called what here? Unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular, depending upon the number of molecules take part in the elementary reaction. Now here the next one concept, that is order of reaction. So order of reaction, let us, I will give one example. So order of reaction means here the sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactants are called what here? Order of reaction. Okay, so let us, I will take here one example. So A raised to X rate equal to K B raised to Y. Now here the reactant A plus B, that is what here? Z. Now the concentration terms are X plus, I mean X and Y. Sum of the concentration powers, that is X plus Y. So this is an, that gives what here? X, Y. So this is an order of reaction. So order of reaction is sum of the powers of the concentration terms of the reactant in experimentally determined rate equation is called what here? Order of reaction. Again here the order of reaction is experimentally determined. Okay, so order of reaction means sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactants. Okay, now here, so the order of reaction may be 0, first order, second order, third order, or even in fractional also order of reaction. But molecularity, so that is always in whole number only, unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular, but the order of reaction is, it may be 0 order, or it may be whole number, first order, second or third order, or it may be in fractional also order of reaction. Molecularity of reaction in whole number only, unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular. Now here the example, 0 order reaction. So what do you mean by 0 order reaction? 0 order reaction is a reaction in which what happen, the powers of the concentration of reactant is 0. That means what here? The powers of the concentration is independent. It will not depends on the 0 order reaction, which is not depends on the concentration of the reactant. That is independent on the concentration of the reactant. Such type of reactions are called what here? 0 order reaction. That means the rate of a reaction in which the concentration of the reactant which does not depends on the concentration of the reactant. So here rate equal to K R naught, that means what here? The concentration of reactant is 0, that is not dependent. Hence the order is what here? 0. So here I have given decomposition of this ammonia. So that is K equal to the concentration of the reactant is 0. That means what here? 0 order. That means the rate of a reaction or a reaction, order of a reaction in which the concentration of reactant does not depend on the rate of a reaction, or rate of a reaction which does not depend on the concentration of the reactant. See, K that is R naught, that indicates what here? The rate order of a reaction which does not depend on the rate of a reaction which does not depend on the concentration of the reactant, R naught. Okay. Now next one example, H2 plus Cl2, that gives 2 HCl. The concentration terms, that is 0 and 0, that is, it is an example for what here? 0 order. So this is an experimental determined steps. These are the experimentally determined order of a reaction. Now here for first order, the first order reaction means 0 order means the reaction in which rate of a reaction does not depend on the concentration of the reactant. For first order, that is rate equal to, I will write here, rate equal to K R1, that indicates what here? The rate of a reaction which depends on the first power of the concentration of the reactant. The rate of a reaction which depends on the first power of the concentration of the reactant is called what here? First order. Example for this, decomposition of H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. So rate equal to the concentration of this H2O2, that is power to the 1, hence the order is 1. So experimentally determined rate of a, order of a reaction. Now here the first order means the rate of a reaction which depends on the, this is an concentration of the, R means reactant, first power of the concentration of the reactant is called what here? First order reaction. Example, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Now for the second one, third one, that is second order reaction. First one example is zero order reaction, second one first order reaction, third one is second order reaction, second order reaction. So what do you mean by second order reaction? Means again rate equal to K into R2. That means what here? The rate of a reaction which depends on the second power of the concentration of the reactant. Second power of the concentration of the reactant is called what here? Second order reaction. So example for this, so I will write here formation of hydrogen iodide, okay. The order that is rate equal to, I will write here K into H2 power 1 plus I2 that is power 1. So order of reaction means sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactant. Here one power is there, here one power is there. 1 plus 1, that is order equal to. Order of a reaction means sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactant. The concentration power is H2 1, I2 for 1 plus 1, that is gives what here? Order of a reaction. That is order is 2. So this is an example for what here? Second order reaction. Second order reaction means the rate of a reaction which depends on the second power of the concentration of the reactant. Order of a reaction means sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactant. That gives what here? Order. Okay. Now here the third one, the fourth one example, that is third order reaction. Third order reaction. So what do you mean by third order reaction? Third order reaction means a reaction in which the rate of a reaction depends on the third power of the concentration of the reactant. That is rate R equal to K into what here? R, I will write here 3. That means the rate of a reaction which depends on the third power of the concentration of the reactant is called what here? Third order reaction. For this example, reduction of FeCl3 by SnCl2. So example, reduction of FeCl3 by SnCl2. So here FeCl3 that gives reduced by the SnCl2, that gives 2FeCl2 plus SnCl4. Okay, SN tin tetrachloride. So SnCl4. This is an example for what here? Third order reaction. Here what happened? The rate of reaction, that is FeCl3 power is 1, and the another one reactant, that is SnCl2, the power is 1. FeCl3 power is 2, and this is power is what here? SnCl2 1. Then the order is 2 plus 1, that is 3. The example for what here? Third order reaction, that is reduction of FeCl3 by SnCl2. The next one, the last one, the fourth one example, fractional order reaction. Fractional order reaction. Fractional order reaction. So this is last one example, fractional order. So fractional order means the rate of a reaction which is also expressed in the fractions. For example, for this equation is, order of reaction is formation of HBr. Okay. So formation of HBr. So this is an example for the third order reaction. So H2 plus Br2, that gives what here? 2HBr. Okay. So this is an example for the fractional order. Here the rate R equal to K, H2 the order is 1, and here the order is half, Br2. Then the order equal to the sum of the powers of the concentration of reactant, that is 1 plus 1 by 2 equal to 3 by 2. The order of reaction is 3 by 2, and this is in fractional. So these are the example for the order of reaction. Order of reaction. Okay. Zero order, first order, second order, third order, and fractional orders. Okay. Thank you.